I came out of there with 14 trophies, director trophies.
Amazing.
Now, you would think, yo, get him on this show. You know what I mean? But it wasn't the case.
Are music videos a thing today?
Great question. I think so. I mean, I always felt like, maybe not to the extent that they were. Music videos were, there was an exclusivity to it. You'd have to watch the station that they were on. They could make them events. They were coinciding with an album release. An album was a thing. That has been whittled away. That has been, kind of dissolved away, the importance of the album now in the streaming era, obviously, So, it used to be you'd plan an album, you'd figure out how it all fits together, and then you drop the album, and there was music videos to come with it. And it's not as eventized anymore. But I think purely for the music video of it all, music videos are always the place that I think can come with cutting edge ideas, visual, just virtuoso. You know what I mean? Like you can do stuff in videos that you can't do in a television show, or if it's a movie, it requires a crazy amount of money to do these things. And you can do stuff in videos. You could take that camera and run down the street and shoot it any way you want. You can't do that in a TV show. TV show, you got to tell a story. TV show, this character's got to betray this character. You can't have the camera flipping over his head and you know what I mean? So the beauty of music videos is that there's no rules to it, and that the audience just accepts whatever is there. It's a crazy art form visually. TV has rules. The show has to start in a certain way. It has to end in a certain way. It has to catch you and hook you to the next episode. A movie has a story to tell in a very particular way. Music video could be one shot following somebody around. Music video could be 30,000 shots. Everything's blue. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. And that's the beauty, is like you get to experiment visually however you want to play with a drone. You could be like, yo, the whole music video is on a drone, and people will go for it. So for any director, I say coming up, it's still a very valuable visual medium, because you can really play with shit. You can learn lenses, you can learn technology with it, and that helps you learn your style. It definitely helped me learn my style.
So my next question is, do we have an appetite as a greater society for like a MuchMusic top 30 music show kind of thing?
Now, I mean, I would love that.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Again?
I would love that, bro. Like, like the thing is like there are creators out there, content creators that are like, look at Letterboxd. Letterboxd is a site that is made of, film fans rating films and then creating lists of their top films and stuff like that. There's an idea of curation, being a nerd about something is in fashion right now. You know what I mean? If you're a super nerd about something, and then people follow you because you're so knowledgeable about it, and then you start naming your top 10. That was kind of what MuchMusic did back in the day, in a sense. You know what I mean? Like Rap City was like, yo, these are the people that listen to hip hop. So you want to know everything about hip hop, you're gonna watch this show, and you're gonna have knowledgeable producers and hosts that love this shit. So I think in this day and age now, where you can watch anything, anywhere, and whatever, I think people crave that. I think it would be great. I think people would actually check out somebody who's curating this and saying, yo, this is what, I know there's a lot of noise out there, but let's look at this. Top 10 Toronto artists, top 10, whatever.
Or Canadian artists, whatever.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it would be dope to see that.
Yeah, there has to be an appetite for it. Okay. Yeah. That's something fun. That's something for me to think about.
Man. Yeah, man.
In your vast, vast, it sounds kind of like boring, but in your long list of music videos you've produced and directed, is there any of them that you feel, you're looking back there, you cringe, or is there any of them that you look back saying, I wish I didn't shoot that video?
I've shot over 170 music videos. So I'll just tell you right now, I don't really remember all of them. I do not, for sure. And so there's probably an element of what you're talking about. I've probably shut some out of my brain.
Oh shit. Yeah.
But I'll say this, like everything in that journey was about learning and growing. And so I really value it all. I definitely had some failures. I definitely had a few videos that shall not be named and shall not be mentioned, even by my own brain. My brain is like,
oh fuck yeah.
But I remember the scenarios. I remember a video that I shot on Queen West in some park, and I had all these beach balls and shit. No one will ever see that shit. I don't know. I don't remember the artist either, but I was flying by the seat of my pants on that one. Like the concept did not come together for me by the time I was, we turned the cameras on. So, but those type of things teach you. Yeah. They teach you your process. They teach you the rigor that you have to have in order to do the stuff that you do best.
Yeah.
And you learn your process, and then you apply that, and then from there you become better. So yeah, you do stuff that you shouldn't have done. But it's all in the process of learning, and it makes you better and makes you stronger.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh man. So when did you so what year officially was it that you left music videos? We took your hiatus.
It wasn't, it was crazy. It wasn't like, when was it? It was probably 2014, 2013, 2014. In that time period, I was slowing down music videos, and I was very interested in making a transition into television. Yeah. I want to do television.
Was it an easy transition?
No,
right?
No. Look,
here's the thing. I mean, outside of looking in, I'd figure, you're in the Much Music. You're like, people know your name. Yeah. People know your face. I figure, hey, it'd be the easy transition for you.
Yeah, well,
it wasn't.
Look, is
there still? I'm asking so many questions, but is there still an old boys club?
Yeah. In a sense, I think it's more. There's a landscape in this country when it comes to moving from one art form to another art form. And it's because the entertainment industry in this country is very risk averse, you know what I mean? Not to mention some isms, you know what I mean, that we can talk about. But the basis of it is that people are more risk averse than they are down in the States.
It's crazy.
Right?
It's crazy.
So in the States, it's like, if you're coming up, first of all, people are looking to make money. And in order to make money, you got to gamble. And I don't mean you got to get out there and gamble, but I'm just saying you got to take chances.
That's right.
Right? You got to go for big swings.
That's right.
And whether that's on yourself or that's on somebody else, you betting on somebody else. That's their culture down there is built on that.
That's this is the best example of
foundation of their country. Right?
Yeah.
Bunch of rebels. Decided we're gonna make our own fucking shit. So that's the culture. And so that culture down there it creates a bunch of entrepreneurs that want to find the next best thing because they think they can cash in with this person, right? So draft picks in sports, you know what I mean? Like, who's the hot, like, music video director? Let's get him on a movie. That's how, like, people like David Fincher, Spike Jonze, Michael Bay. That's how these cats got on, right? So you would hope that's the same over here, but it wasn't. Here, they're risk averse. I came out of Much Music. At that time, I had won the most Much Music Awards of any director, okay? I came out of there in my career of music video from 204 to 214. I came out of there with 14 trophies, director trophies.
Amazing.
Now, you would think, yo, get him on this show, you know what I mean? But it wasn't the case. They hit me with but can you really tell a long form story? I'm like, yo, storytelling is storytelling. And if you watch my videos and you don't see storytelling, okay, sure, maybe I can understand that you don't think I can put together something, but watch the videos, bro. Like, and you can see that I'm a storyteller. But in any case,
I feel like your best example was the Classified video.
Fall from Paradise.
Yeah.
So shout out to Class, you know what I mean, for running with me on that one, and making that song is a dope song. But anyways, the point is that the risk averse. So, what I tell a lot of, young directors coming up now is like, if you want to move into a different form, if you want to move into TV, you want to move into movies or whatever, even if you want to move in commercials, like there's some cast that are like, yo, I'm doing content. I want to be a commercial director. That transition in this country is going to take you probably about 2 years of like constant pushing, because you got to keep hammering on those doors and you got to kick them in. And you have to force them to look at you and see your skills. Like, you have to force it. And so it took me a minute, but I was determined.